Greetings and welcome to Earthling Cinema. I am your host, Garyx Wormuloid. This week's artifact is The Matrix, starring MTV Movie Award-winning cyborg Keanu Reeves. Famous for inventing the candy Reeves's Peeveses. The film tells the story of Earthling Thomas Anderson, hacker alias Neo, who was just minding his own business when all of a sudden everyone starts bothering him and telling him what to do.
Oh no.
After hearing persuasive arguments from both sides, Neo opts for the guys with the cooler sunglasses and blindly swallows a pill given to him by a man he's known for about 2 minutes. Turns out it's actually the future and Neo's entire reality is just a simulation. Who knew? Whoa. The real world is located in a grimy sewer where they all wear rags and are constantly under attack by robot jellyfish. Yet somehow everyone has time to shave their faces and heads every day. They even shave Neo's face while he sleeps. Morpheus teaches Neo how to do some Looney Tunes shit. And then they celebrate with some homemade cookies.
Take a cookie.
Morpheus gets roughed up by a guy in a bathroom, so Neo and Trinity take matters into their own guns. While fighting, Neo invents a new move, falling down really slowly. He dies, and Trinity consoles herself by becoming a necrophiliac. Alright, let's start with the names. Neo means new in Greek and is an anagram for one, which is, in my experience, the loneliest number. Morpheus is named for the god of dreams in Ovid's bestseller, Metamorphoses. Trinity refers to the Christian Bible's Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Grail. Just as the Holy Trinity purportedly brought Jesus back to life, so too does Bad Bitch Trinity bring Neo back to life, with a big wet smackaroony. Also, Trinity begins the movie in room 303, which has 3s in it. But don't worry, the Christian imagery doesn't end there. If you look very carefully, you might notice that Neo is a sort of Christ figure.
You're my savior, man.
You scared the bejesus out of me.
My own personal Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, that thing's real!
Jesus.
Christ, he's fast.
Neo's other name, Thomas Anderson, harkens back to the Apostle Thomas, aka Doubting Thomas, who expressed reservations about the whole Christ Savior thing.
I'm not the one. Sorry, kid.
Etymologically, Anderson means son of man, a nickname Jesus used sometimes around his mortal friends. Cypher is Neo's Judas, betraying him for a sirloin and a smile. As evidenced by the obvious references to Alice in Wondertown and the Wizards of Waverly Place,
Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye.
The Matrix loves itself some literary illusions. Neo's room number is 101, much like Room 101, the torture chamber from George Orwell's 1984, where prisoners are brainwashed by reliving their worst nightmares. Neo hides his illegal programs in a copy of Simulacra and Simulation by Jean Babyface Baudrillard, a postmodern book about the decay of reality and its replacement with simulated images, the idea of a copy without an original, a Pepsi without a Pib Extra. When Morpheus welcomes Neo to the desert of the real,
welcome to the desert of the real.
He is quoting that very same text. With so much focus on images and reality, and due to the vainglorious ethos of Earth, it's no surprise that the film makes frequent use of mirrors. Even Morpheus's weird sunglasses, that should definitely fall off his face, are mirrored. As this motif seemed to indicate, The Matrix is about reflection and perspective, truth and illusion. It's about knowing yourself, as opposed to trusting any of your 11 senses. The Oracle tells Neo to know thyself.
It's Latin, means know thyself.
Acting as a mirror for Neo's self-reflection. The film also draws inspiration from philosophy, a rarely practiced form of Earthling masturbation. In his Allegory of the Cave, Plato argues that a prisoner who lives his whole life watching shadows in a cave would regard the shadows as real, since only an idiot would get himself trapped in a cave. If that prisoner were to see the sun, he would be overwhelmed. Likewise, Neo's eyes hurt because he's never used them before, and he barfs when he learns the truth about his world. But if barfing is the price we must pay for enlightenment, I say, where's the toilet? Alright, Earth enthusiasts, if you like this analysis, I think you'd also like my analysis of the artifact The Dark Knight. Take a few more minutes and click the red pill. Until then, I shall channel one of the great actors of The Dark Knight, Sir Michael Caine. But I don't know what happened to the other two films. You had a first good one, with pretty much every biblical reference you could find shoved in, and then it was such a big success that you realized you had to make 2 and 3. And what you do? You release them too close together, and there's not enough story to sustain the two. How many Agent Smiths do you need? How many Hugo Weavings do we need fighting in a park? I don't know, just that one Hugo Weaving is enough. Too many Hugo Weavings does not a good movie make. Just one Hugo Weaving is perfectly fine. And what's going on with the architect? I don't know what the architect said. I needed a spark notes just to find out what he said. The man needs a translator. Thank you.